Yo, everybody, welcome back to the motherfucking Minority Sports Report Wrestling Edition! Woo! I'm your motherfucking boy, Big Black.
With all the energy, and I'm your boy, Game Dollar. What's going on?
What up, everybody? What's up with you, dog? We have a lot to cover, and I have to give my baby a bath, like, real soon. Yeah. So, shit, I'm gonna stop talking.
Well, great week of wrestling. Started off with AEW, but we cover that later.
Yep.
Skipping ahead to Thursday's Impact. Before the Impact, their little pre-show, Chris Sabin defeated Johnny Swinger, so he got a little not leverage. Momentum going to his match against Moose at Slammiversary.
Nice.
Then on Impact on Access, Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering are back on the same page. They did not break up. They're stronger than ever.
Okay.
They defeated the team of Tennille Dashwood and Caleb with a K. So the rare Caleb with a K match. Next up, we had Deonna Purrazzo coming out for her contract signing for her match against the mystery opponent at Slammiversary. She bitched about not knowing who her opponent was. Scott D'Amore ended up telling her that she didn't sign the contract. Basically, no purse, no winner's purse, no bonuses, no nothing. So she was forced to do it and said she'll do what she got to do. Then in a kind of a preview of the Knockouts Tag Team Championship match at Slammiversary, Havoc took on Tasha Steelz, and Havoc got the win over one half of the Knockouts champions.
I like her.
Havoc and Rosemary had their title shot against Fire and Flavor at Slammiversary. So we'll cover that in a minute. We had the recent acquisition, Steve Macklin, one of the recent WWE releases. He was in a squash match against Cal Hero, so he won that one. Then we had a 8-man tag match, which was basically almost everybody involved in the Ultimate X Division match that was at Slammiversary. So a bunch of them teamed up. So it was Josh Alexander, Petey Williams, Trey Miguel versus Shera, Rohit Raju, Ace Austin, and Madman Fulton. Not in this match, but that's how things were lining up.
Yeah.
And they were forcing Chris Bay to pick a side. Last week, it looked like he picked Josh Alexander, Petey Williams, and Trey Miguel's side. So that's why he was joined up with them in this match. They ended up defeating the team of Shera, Rohit Raju, Ace Austin, and Madman Fulton. After the match, Chris Bay hit Josh Alexander in the back with a chair, turning on his teammate in this match, basically to show that he was going to be out for himself at Slammiversary.
Lone Wolf.
Yeah, and dude, that match, I can't wait to tell you about it. It was amazing. You missed it. Next up, we had Brian Myers and Matt Cardona continuing their beef. Brian Myers came out with his young boy, Sam Bale, that dude that follows around with the mullet dude. I don't know if you've seen him. That he came out talking shit about Jake Something because Jake Something beat him last week. Jake Something came out with Matt Cardona. And so Matt Cardona and Brian Myers got into it. They started to brawl. And out of nowhere, Tennille Dashwood hit Matt Cardona with a low blow. Apparently, Brian Myers went to Tennille Dashwood because Tennille Dashwood is Matt Cardona's ex. So that's why she's getting involved in this. So it's his best friend, his ex-best friend, and his ex are beating up on him now. So after that, Scott D'Amore basically set up a mixed tag match between Brian Myers and Tennille Dashwood and Matt Cardona and a mystery opponent, which they heavily alluded to it being his real-life fiance, Chelsea Green. So we'll cover whether or not that actually happened when we get to Slammiversary.
Couple seconds.
We had Moose in his lead-up match to Slammiversary defeating Hernandez. Then in a fatal four-way, which they dubbed the Battle of the Hosses, it was basically the big guys from everybody who was in the fatal four-way tag team match. So it was Joe Doring from Violent by Design, Willie Mack, Willie Mack and Rich Swann, Doc Gallows of the Good Brothers, and then Falaba and TJP, which also TJP got knocked out of that match. So Falaba has to have a mystery partner. for the Slammiversary match, which we'll get to. But Joe Doering got the win in this match in the Battle of the Hosses.
The Hoss. Willie Max, my nigga, though.
Yeah.
Fucks with Willie.
So agile for a big man.
For real. That nigga's the truth. All right.
So jump into Slammiversary. They had a pre-show, which that's where they had the Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. That was the end of the pre-show leading into the pay-per-view. So it was Fire and Flavor defending against Decay, which is Rosemary and Havoc. And Rosemary and Havoc got the win over Fire and Flavor.
New champs.
Yep.
Okay.
A big win for Decay.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. But yeah, Tasha Steelz and Kira Hogan are still mad young, so they're going to be around there for a while in that picture. Yeah. But jumping to the main pay-per-view, they kicked it off with the Ultimate X match for the X Division Championship. So this was a match where the belt is hung above the ring, in between two cables that are crossed above the ring. So instead of it hanging from a hook like they do in a typical ladder match, it's connected to these two ropes, and you basically just have to climb up, shimmy your way across, unhook the belt to win. And this was Josh Alexander defending against Petey Williams, Trey Miguel, Chris Bay, Ace Austin, and Rohit Raju. This match was fucking insane. The stat they said before the match, Petey Williams had more Ultimate X wins than everybody else in this match had appearances combined.
Wow. Appearances.
Yeah, appearances.
Wow.
Petey Williams is a veteran, and he is a beast. But a couple of spots in this match, they had what I dubbed the human centipede submission. At one point, Josh Alexander was hanging off of the rope, off of the cables hanging above the ring by his legs. He has Chris Bay in an ankle lock. Chris Bay had Ace Austin in the sleeper hold. Ace Austin had Petey Williams in the headlock. Petey Williams had Trey Miguel in the sharpshooter. And then Rohit Raju also had a crossface on Trey Miguel. So Trey Miguel was in the double submission at one point. And dude, you got to look it up. It was insane.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
It was nuts.
Oh, God damn it.
And also, Impact had a crowd for the first time in a long time for this event, and it definitely made the difference in that tiny ass venue they had. It looked like they had a blast there. But also throughout the match, Rohit Raju had what I was calling the Wile E. Coyote moments. At one point, he tried to jump from the ring buckle, but he couldn't reach. So he definitely could have reached. He just wasn't trying hard enough to sell it. At one point, he came out with a rope and a hook that he tossed, like a grappling hook that he tossed up. And then he started to climb the rope straight up to the belt instead of jumping across. Obviously, they stopped him.
Right.
At one point, he came out with a chair with like a long stick and a hook and tried to undo the belt that way. That didn't work for him. Another thing, Chris Bay hit Ace Austin with a cutter while Ace Austin was hanging off the cables. So it was the cutter off the top rope while the dude was hanging on the cables, and they fall to the mat. That was nuts. Wow. Petey Williams hit Chris Bay with a Canadian Destroyer off Josh Alexander's shoulders.
Jesus fuck.
That was insane. But yeah, Josh Alexander was able to wrestle the belt away from Chris Bay at the end. Chris Bay fell to the mat, and Josh Alexander was there holding the belt by himself. And that's how he retains his championship in a fucking amazing match.
Yeah, that sounds fucking crazy.
It was, dude, insane.
Man.
Trying to fly through this, the mixed tag team match, Matt Cardona did come out with his real life fiance, Chelsea Green. She was his mystery partner, and they defeated Brian Myers and Tennille Dashwood.
Oh.
W. Morrissey defeated Eddie Edwards in kind of a grudge match. But William Morrissey, I don't even know if that's his name. W. Morrissey pulled a chain from his boot because he couldn't put Edwards away. So he pulled the chain from his boot, wrapped it around his hand, and hit Edwards with it to get the win. Well, he hit him with that and then hit him with a powerbomb. That's how he got the win.
Got that dub.
Then in an impromptu match, Shera and Madman Fulton were mad that they got banned from the Ultimate X match because Shera's in Rohit Raju's corner, Madman Fulton's in Ace Austin's corner, but they got banned from that match, so they came out all pissed off. Scott D'Amore told him, since you want to fight, we'll give you a fight. And then Finn Juice's music hit. So New Japan's Finn Juice, Juice Robinson and David Finlay came back, and they had a match against Shera and Madman Fulton that was mad quick. Basically a little mini squash match for Finn Juice over the much bigger opponents.
Nice.
But good to see them back there. Chris Sabin and Moose had their grudge match, and surprisingly, Chris Sabin got the win. Moose was beating the shit out of him through most of the match, and Sabin ended up catching Moose with one of those schoolboy roll-up pins.
Oh, that's my least favorite. I hate those fucking
when I
pins.
seen it, I was like, oh, John would be pissed, especially since it was Moose, too.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't see that, dog. That would have been extra.
But, I mean, yeah, they kind of... It makes sense for what happens later on in the night. But just to plant the seed, they kind of did this to keep this feud going, to keep Moose out of the title picture for a little bit.
Okay.
Because some shit went down. In the Impact Tag Team Championship match, which was the Fatal 4-Way, it was Violent by Design defending against... this was the team of Joe Doering and Rhino. Remember, they could switch whoever they wanted within their group.
Yep.
This was Joe Doering and Rhino, who were the ones that actually won the belt. They were defending against Rich Swann and Willie Mack, the Good Brothers, and Falaba and his mystery partner replacing TJP, which turned out to be No Way Jose. I don't know much about this dude. This was after my time for the WWE that he came out, but the fans seemed to love it. He came out with like a conga line and shit with his little dancing Dominican gimmick. But yeah, this was a good match. But the Good Brothers ended up hitting Rhino with the Magic Killer, so they were able to pin the champion to win the belt, so nobody could really talk shit about him. So the Good Brothers are once again Impact Tag Team Champions. Good way to fight that off.
Fucking Good Brothers.
I was watching that struggle over there.
You see that shit? I've been rubbing my nose for a grip.
I was waiting for it to come out.
Oh, man. It's going to happen as soon as we start recording, though, for real. Fuck.
All right. So that was the Impact Tag Team Champions. So the Good Brothers are back with the belts. And Doc Gallows, as soon as they got the belts, he couldn't wait to do his swinging dick belts, swinging on the ramp. Yep. First thing he did as soon as he fucking got the belt. Of
course. Mr. Two
Fantastic. Then in the just the arms. Then in the Impact Knockouts Championship match, Deonna Purrazzo came out and was waiting for her mystery opponent, and it turned out to be motherfucking Thunder Rosa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Thunder Rosa came out of nowhere.
She whipped that ass.
Came through. It was a nice surprise. They had a great match, but Deonna Purrazzo was able to get the win and beat Thunder Rosa. I mean, she's bigger. If I don't know, if this was a one-off, it makes sense that they didn't let Thunder Rosa win.
Yeah,
but it was still a nice surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, out of nowhere. And then not only that, because like we said before, not only does Thunder Rosa wrestle for AEW, she wrestles for NWA.
Yep.
After the match, Deonna Purrazzo took the mic to start talking, and Mickie James's music hit, who is executive producer of NWA.
What the fuck?
So she came out. Deonna Purrazzo wasn't happy about it for spoiling her moment, so she was all pissed off talking shit. Mickie James said she wasn't there to fight her or anything. She was inviting her to NWA. Deonna Purrazzo was like, "Oh, of course you want me. I'm the shit, basically. Like, of course you want me on your show." And she told Mickie James to take her trash bag and get the fuck out of here. Because if you remember, when she got cut from the WWE, they sent her shit in the trash bag. Yeah. So Mickie James slapped the shit out of her. Deonna Purrazzo got all up in her face. Mickie James super kicked her. And that's how that shit ended. Man. So, yeah, now we also got NWA in the mix. Also in this event, they teased Impact's Bound for Glory pay-per-view in October, where they showed not only AEW, AAA, New Japan, and NWA's logos in that teaser trailer.
Wow. All right.
So we could be seeing some crossovers, and you'll see why, because in the main event, the Impact World Championship, no DQ, Kenny Omega was taking on Sami Callihan. This was a good old-fashioned, basically hardcore death match. Sami Callihan, that's his style. He's from that CZW deathmatch thing with like Moxley and shit. So this was a bloody war. They had everything from tables. There was a fork. There was a pizza cutter involved. Trash cans, baking sheets, a chair wrapped in barbed wire, wet floor signs, thumbtacks. Fucking you name it, they had it in this match. The pizza cutter and the forks were pretty vicious. But at one point with the thumbtacks, Kenny Omega dropped his knee into the thumbtacks, so all the thumbtacks got in his knee pad, and then he hit the V trigger on Callahan. Then he wasn't finished. He took thumbtacks and put them in Sami Callahan's mouth, and then hit him with another V trigger.
Oh my God.
And then to finish him off, he hit him with the one-winged angel on top of said thumbtacks. And that's how he got the win in a fucking crazy bloody war. It's a fantastic match.
Oh man.
I seen a lot of shit about this already being nominated for match of the year.
Wow.
For one of the matches of the year. It was insane, especially if you love that hardcore shit. But that wasn't it. Like after the match, Omega was celebrating with Don Callis and the Good Brothers because the Good Brothers had come out because they weren't at ringside for any of this shit. While they're celebrating, they're about to do the little too sweet shit that they used to do for the Bullet Club. The lights go out. And then when the screen comes on, it's the Bullet Club logo. And everybody's like, oh shit, who is it? And it's motherfucking the Switchblade Jay White, New Japan's never openweight champion, the leader of the real Bullet Club. He came out and confronted Kenny Omega because they got beef, they got history. Switchblade Jay White is the one who beat Kenny Omega and kicked him out of the Bullet Club in New Japan.
Damn.
So so he comes out, he confronts Good Brothers, Omega and Callis. They don't really do shit. They throw up the too sweet, trying to get him to like do it back. He just stares at him, and right as it like looked like he was about to attack him or they were about to jump him, you see somebody coming running from the back in white pants, and then the fucking feed cuts out.
That's fucked up.
Fucking pissed. Turns out Impact did this shit on purpose.
Obviously.
Pissed off tons of people. But yeah, so apparently from what I seen in the tweet, apparently they're probably saving it for this week's Impact to show it on there. But from what I seen in the tweet, David Finlay is the guy I seen in the white pants. He came out, he was coming out first, and then Juice Robinson was behind him. They attacked Jay White. Jay White ended up hitting his finisher on Finlay, and that's how it ended. Because Jay White and Finlay have a match for the never openweight belt in New Japan in like August.
Shit.
Yeah. But it was crazy to see him come out because that opens the door for if this Bound for Glory shit comes out and this like all this cross promotion shit, we could be seeing Bullet Club versus the Elite. Which is basically the Elite is all former Bullet Club members.
Yeah. That'd be fucking tight, son.
Yo, this shit blew up Twitter when this dude came out. And then when that feed cut off, dude, people were pissed.
Pissed off.
I was one of them. I was like, yo, you sons of bitches.
Word.
It was just about to get good.
All right. I got like 5 minutes before I got to go.
Yeah. So then we'll Dynamite.
Yeah. Bang out Dynamite. Rapid fire.
The IWGP United States Championship was on the line.
Great match.
But yeah, John Moxley was defending against Carl Anderson. This was a New Japan match. It was under New Japan rules with the 20-second countouts and shit.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston fought off Doc Gallows, so they weren't involved in the match. They fought through the back and went to the back. Moxley won with the Paradigm Shift. Yep.
That was great.
I'm trying to speed through this, but I'm stumbling.
You're fine.
After the match, Moxley got challenged by Lance Archer to a Texas death match, which I had to look up. It's basically last man standing, but to win, you have to pin your opponent, and then they have to stay down for a 10 count. If they get up at the 10 count, it still goes. Oh, so you have to pin them and get a 10 count to win.
Wow, so a 13.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So that is, and Moxley ended up agreeing to that later on in the night. The FTW Championship was on the line. Surprisingly, Ricky Starks. Well, not surprisingly, I kind of had a feeling Ricky Starks was going to win, but the surprise was they basically kicked Brian Cage out of Team Taz.
Yeah,
because Powerhouse Hobbs hit Cage with the belt, and that allowed Starks to hit the spear for the win. And so it looks like Cage is out by himself, and Ricky Starks is the new FTW champ, and the crowd went nuts for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Cody Rhodes called out Malachi Black. He was pissed because he kicked Arn Anderson in the face. Black responded from backstage talking shit. Cody did him to come to the ring. He did his lights come out, lights cut out, lights come on. He's in the ring shit. They start going at it a bit and then had to be separated. And that was the end of that. Hangman tried to call out Kenny Omega, got into it with the Elite, and we ended up getting a 10-man tag match coming out of that. So it's Hangman and the Dark Order versus the Elite, which is Omega, the Good Brothers, and the Young Bucks.
The boys with their outfits.
Christian Cage defeated Matt Hardy in their continuous grudge match, decades-long grudge match.
For real, dog.
Miro cut a promo, basically showing off the new TNT Championship belt, the white version. He got the new white strap on his belt.
Yep.
Britt Baker cut another great promo for her match with Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
Sammy Guevara defeated apparently the newest member of the Best Friends, Wheeler Yuta. Guevara was the hometown boy in this match.
Yeah, he showed out for his hometown. Yeah. That was good.
He hit that springboard cutter.
Oh,
and then
God.
the GTH for the win. That shit was nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Your girl Yuka Sakazaki was back. She defeated Penelope Ford with the Magical Girl Splash.
That match was crazy too.
Yeah, that was a good match. Solid wrestling match. Then in the main event, we had the coffin match. Darby Allin and Ethan Page in their little grudge match.
Oh, that shit was good too.
Darby Allin was able to get the win in that. He attacked Ethan Page right away with some back splashes and then revealed that he had a back plate.
The reverse D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, the reverse D'Lo Brown. Scorpio Sky jumped out of the coffin and attacked Darby Allin. Sting came out to attack Scorpio Sky, and they fought through the crowd into the back. Ethan Cage took the ring apart while they did that. He took the bottom rope off, then basically used the hook that connects to the turnbuckle in the ring post.
Fish hook.
No. Ethan Page used that to connect to Darby's chain.
Oh, yeah.
Pulled them with his across his neck.
That's
with the chain.
Right. Yeah.
And then Darby did the fish hook to Ethan Page.
That's right.
In retaliation.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah. And then I think he got cut with that hook at some point because after that happened, Ethan Page was a little busted open. But Page hit Darby Allin with the Eagle's Edge off the top rope onto the steel chair, onto the steel stairs. And then Darby hit Ethan Page in the spine with the skateboard stomp off the top rope, pushed him into the coffin for the win. And then after that, he lined the coffin up and then did the coffin drop into the coffin with Ethan Page inside. And that is how the show went off there.
They be putting on, like, sometimes, like, they're always good shows, but sometimes I'm like, yo, this is like pay-per-view worthy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this could pass as a pay-per-view sometimes. And, like, I feel like that episode was one of them.
Yeah.
Solid shit throughout. And, like,
this is basically one of their mini pay-per-views.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
These like special one-off shows. But yeah, between that, then we had Slammiversary on Saturday, and then we have Fyter Fest Night 2 coming up tonight, this week. Yeah, it's fucking crazy wrestling.
Woo,
and if you were a WWE fan, I heard Money in the Bank was great. I heard John Cena came back. I seen that he got a huge pop, but that's all I don't care.
I didn't even see that. That's tight though. Good for him.
Yeah, he got a huge pop.
Of course, it's John Cena. Like,
yeah,
there's no way he's not. But yes. Sorry for the rapid fire pace and the weird ebb and flow of this episode, but I gotta go do dad shit, you know. So we appreciate you guys for fucking with us. You can follow us all collectively at TMS Report. This is the motherfucking Minority Sports Report RASSLIN edition. Skame, where can they follow you, bro?
Follow me at Skame666.
And you can follow me at the Beatnik. That's where I'm at. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and do all that other shit. Hit the bell icon. We'll be back next week. Peace out.